Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 30th of August 2018. We're going to reflect on Matthew 24:42 to 51. Jesus said to his disciples, "Stay awake, for you do not know on which day your Lord will come. Be sure of this, if the master of the house had known the hour of night when the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and not let his house be broken into. So too, you also must be prepared, for at an hour you do not expect the Son of Man will come. Who then is the faithful and prudent servant whom the master has put in charge of his household to distribute to them their food at the proper time? Blessed is that servant whom his master on his arrival finds doing so. Amen, I say to you, he will put him in charge of all his property. But if that wicked servant says to himself, 'My master is long delayed,' and begins to beat his fellow servants and eat and drink with drunkards, the servant's master will come on an unexpected day and at an unknown hour, and will punish him severely and assign him a place with the hypocrites, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." The Gospel of the Lord. Have you heard this saying, "When the cat is away, the mice will play"? It is an idiom meaning that without supervision, people will disregard or break rules, or when someone in authority is not present, subordinates will do pretty much what they please. This seems to be a universal truth in the world, and one can find scores of examples of this even in the Bible. A notable one that you might remember is how wicked the people got when Moses went up the mountain to get the Ten Commandments from God. They acted depraved. Now, there were severe consequences for their wickedness when Moses returned, but that will be nothing compared to the fate that awaits the wicked when Jesus returns. He speaks about returning suddenly when least expected, hoping to find that the servant he has placed in charge of his household has been distributing food to them at the proper time. And he warns about what will happen to the servant who fails to do this in no uncertain terms. The master will punish the wicked servant severely and assign him a place with the hypocrites, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Now, who does this servant represent? Given that Jesus said this to his disciples and not to the usual crowds that hung around him, meant the warning was for a specific audience. And this would be the shepherds in the church today, God's priests and ministers who have been placed to look after the flock that God has put in their care, feeding them the food they need. And what does this food that Jesus talks about represent? Readings over the past few days should make it clear that the food refers to the Word of God and to the Word made flesh. But in some way or another, we're all given charge over people. Educators are given charge over students put in their care. Parents are given charge over their children, employers over their employees, and if you take this all the way to the top, leaders over their nations. But do we fulfill our obligations to those God has given us to nurture and nourish? Do we provide them with the food of life? And if we answer yes, then is this food good to eat, or is it like congee, watered down rice with hardly any nutrition? There is just one more day for the month to get over. Then another 4 months for the year to get over. I wonder how many years before time itself is over. We waited a little over 2,000 years for Jesus to return. Most people have never given a thought to his coming back. And when we don't think about it, we do pretty much what we like mice will do when the cat is away. But today's reading reminds us that he will return and there will be a reckoning. May he find us, all of us, to be good and faithful servants. In the meantime, let us feed our people well. God bless you.